Same-sex connections would not correspond to the divine will, writes the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith in Rome, a reaction to the discussion in Germany. Georg Bätzing, head of the Bishops' Conference, is not happy about this. The question was simple. Does the Church have authority to bless unions of people of the same sex? The answer from the Congregation for Doctrine of the Faith in the Vatican was short and succinct. No. Anything else would have been a sensation, but the declaration responsum ad dubium, answer to a doubt by the highest Catholic guardians of the faith, aroused criticism. The Church has no authority to bless such associations, writes the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith in its explanatory notes. It acknowledges the sincere will of some projects to accept homosexual people, accompany them and offer them ways of growing their faith. But since the connections of homosexual couples do not correspond to the divine will, they cannot be blessed. The reason they state is, it is not allowed to give relationships or even stable partnerships a blessing that include a sexual practice outside of marriage, that is outside of an indissoluble relationship between a man and a woman, they mean. All the positive elements of homosexual partnerships, which in themselves are nevertheless to be valued and emphasized, did not justify a blessing. Individuals, on the other hand, could be blessed when they show a will to live in fidelity to the revealed plans of God as set forth in church doctrine. This is done by not engaging in sexual activity. However, any form of blessing that tends to recognize homosexual connections is not permitted, according to the declaration signed by the prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, Cardinal Luis Ladaria, and approved by Pope Francis. It was only in October that the documentary had caused a stir in which Pope Francis was quoted as saying, "Homosexuals have the right to live in a family, and what we need is a law that enables civil partnership." Only later did it emerge that the sentences were out of context. Rome is observing with increasing unease how the German Catholic Church in particular is discussing how to deal with homosexual couples. These questions are also addressed in the synodal way, the reform debate between clergy and lay people. There are also reports that Catholic priests in Germany are already blessing homosexuals. The Roman Declaration also refers to this. In Germany, for example, Limburg's Bishop Georg Bätzing, the chairman of the German Bishops' Conference, made it clear several times that he could envision a church blessing for homosexual couples as well. We need solutions for this that are not only effective in private life, but also publicly visible, but make it clear that no marriage will be established. Bishops such as Heinrich Timmer-Evers from Dresden-Meißen, Franz Josef Bode aus Osnabrück, and Helmut Diese from Aachen had also shown themselves openly to at least further develop the teaching. Bätzing said he was not happy about the opinion from the Vatican. That gives the impression that we want to end the theological debate, which is currently in dispute in various parts of the world church, including here in Germany, he told the Catholic News Agency. But that is not possible at all, because the discussion is being conducted intensively and with good arguments in many places, and theological inquiries into pastoral practice today cannot simply be dispelled with one word of power. Essen's Bishop Franz Josef Overbeck said, "We will continue to support all people with our pastoral care if they ask for it, regardless of the situation in life." The statement from Rome was less than an hour old when Regensburg Bishop Rudolf Vorderholzer spoke up. "I welcome the response from the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith and thank you for the clarification contained therein. The Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith has made it clear that the Church does not have the power to bless same-sex partnerships. Vorderholzer is considered a critic of the synodal way. The Bishop of Passau, Stefan Oster, was also pleased. For him, the Roman Declaration is a mandate to especially approach people who feel neglected or hurt by such emphasis on the sacrament of marriage. We believe that God wants the salvation of everyone without exception, and that we are called as a church to seek the ways of salvation anew as each individual and with one another. Hey, to be honest, what are they thinking? In what world are they living in? And just to make one thing clear, I'm Catholic, and I haven't left church like many others did because I see the need for reform from inside. But if this ends up with just one small circle saying no and that's it, I have to think about if there's any need of going on. My faith doesn't rely on any institution, and we have a usually more fun say here. It's not God's fault that he has so bad ground personnel. But in what world are they living? I am absolutely sure God made us the way we are. And we are, as some people said yesterday, very nice, gay people are not a glitch in the matrix. They are supposed to be the way they are. And nothing to be repaired. And nothing to be mourned or whatever. Sometimes some people from the church use really stupid words for that. They are regretting that we have to live such miserable lives and whatever. This was a very bad decision of the Catholic Church. And I know there are many Christian hardliners out there that, don't forget the side of Trump, they're mostly not Catholic, but still Christian hardliners that will celebrate this. But this has nothing to do with reality. And we will have to see how this goes on in the next years. And I don't even get started about all the reports. We had very believable reports from inside the Vatican and what was going on there sexually. Not to talk about the past where popes had children and whatever. So this is... well, I'm too polite to use many of the words that are floating around in my head now. But that was some exceptional topic. Now, if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. Auf Wiedersehen.